all those other guys last year for us played well.
Gary, who are some guys that might be in that category that could emerge?
Oh, I don't know. It's obviously they're going to have to be because you lost six starters on defense. But you know, Big V came back from injury, went through spring. He's got to play well, got to come back. Mike Tua was out, didn't play in the bowl game, has to come back. Leadership and all those kind of things. We're going to have to, 4 out of the 5 linebackers, I think, are freshmen, redshirt freshmen. So they're going to have to play well for us to be where we need to be. And they came a long way in the spring. The 2 safeties in the corners. So, if you look at just on defensively who those names are, I don't. Because about as soon as I say one, then it'll be the other guy that'll be the guy that does that. But I'm really happy with our freshman class. Not only are they talented, but they're also really pretty smart football players. A little bit of time because you can meet with them, an hour a week. I've been really impressed with how they've handled themselves in the weight room, running, and also when you get a chance to talk to them about football, and really just day to day. So when your freshman class is a little bit more mature to go along with it, then you're sitting with a group that your whole football team's ready to practice. You're gonna make good decisions. So I'm kind of excited about that to see how it all kicks off when we come in on the 4th.
Gary, like you said, the linebackers and the safeties that you have to replace. How much of a difference does it make when you're replacing that much in the middle of the field?
Well, always you have your core. Obviously, a lot of it you do, but it's if you're not having to replace your whole defense, then you can script so that you can better the parts that you need better. In the spring, I spent a lot of emphasis on the linebacker group, and we came a long way. Here in the fall, I'll spend a lot of time on corners and safeties, and still some linebackers. But you with your front, I think you'll see the mindset. I think our mindset, even going in our defensive line, will be different. I thought they were a little bit bored. I thought Kindred was a little bit bored, being a 4-year starter. Was carrying 18 hours, trying to get out so he can graduate in December. And so I see a different mindset. He's already lost like 13 pounds. Felt like he was heavy last year. And so when you watch guys, their off-the-field actions usually end up being great on-the-field actions as you go through things. And so, as I said in the big room, I think the biggest thing you have to monitor is just frustration offensively and stay healthy. I mean, it can't be about how many points you score. It's just got to be about winning. If we just worry about winning, like I saw a comment that Joey Hunt said it. You want to have player awards and have great team awards, and then the player awards come about, and I think so very true.
You said earlier that last year was about proving people wrong, this year it's about proving people right. What would you take more satisfaction in proving people right?
Either. I mean, either way you end up at the same place, so my thing is ending up at the same place.
You talked a little bit about this, but does your team need any more motivation? What happened last year, not making the playoffs, and that one step, is that talked about at all? Or?
No. For us, I think probably TCU gained more, to be honest with you. We wanted to be in the playoffs, but I think we gained more by how we handled not getting the playoffs and then how we played in the bowl game on a national scale than we would have been if we played in one of the 4 playoff teams. Because they're one of the 4 playoff teams. Then it was a controversy, and then they saw everything that went on. So I think everything happens for a reason. And for us, even going into the Ole Miss game, how we were able to practice and be able to prove one, because it was an unbelievable bowl game. Great experience. Played a really good football team. They didn't play their best game, and we played one of our best. And so you put yourself in a situation, but that's how it all works.
And Gary, did you do anything special over the summertime? I know you made a trip to Africa before.
No. Well, I do all that in the spring. When I get in the summer, I don't go anywhere. So I've been watching film.
Then what did you do during the spring?
I went back to Africa because every time I've gone to South Africa, we've gone to a College World Series, and so now I've got a lot of pressure.
What's going on the last few years with you guys are here on separate days?
Oh no, I don't. I mean, I'm only worried about TCU. I can't worry about anybody else. There's a lot of good football teams between now and the last game of the season. So.
I know polls are polls. Preseason media polls had you guys #1 by a wide margin. You think you and Baylor might be closer to the top
I
there?
think they also were the ones that picked us 70th or above last year, so how should I believe them then too? So, I mean, I only have to worry about what happens in my locker room. So and we won't know if it, let's just hope that the last game of the season, when it comes to that it is for something. You know, it's like I told people before, you know, Oklahoma came off an unbelievable win 2 years ago against Alabama in the Sugar Bowl. Okay, and so, you know, and then with injuries and stuff, they didn't have the kind of season they wanted to have. So for us, our whole goal is to make sure that we just take care of TCU and have the best season we can have within what we have. And I'll know more what kind of football team I have. Because sitting here right now, I didn't know. All my memory had was the spring, at the end of the spring, and it was terrible.
You said you were worried about the league. Was it good for college football and that rivalry with that East?
Oh, well, I think the Baylor TCU is great for college football. I think it's good for Big 12. I think it's just like Oklahoma State. I think it's like Auburn, Alabama. I think all those games when you're close, and especially for two programs that have kind of raised themselves up and become what they want to become. Coach Browse has done a fantastic job down in Waco, and we've been building our program here at TCU, trying to do the same thing, win ball games. We've done a great job when we got to a high-profile game in the Rose Bowl and then the Peach Bowl. So every day, every game, every week, every season is different, and what we're trying to do is just take care of us. If you take care of you, then everything will turn out the way it's supposed to, and within what the hand that you get dealt. So.
Gary, would you like to see the Big 12 this week?
No. I don't really look forward to, because the only way you do that is you might have to travel a farther distance, and I've already done the West Coast and East Coast thing.
You enjoyed the Big East, though, didn't you?
Yeah, that was quick.
Yeah.
There was a lot of quick flights there.
You go back and look at the Baylor film during anymore.
No, just more in studying for game plan purposes for next year.
When you think back to that game,
Yeah, there was a lot of things that went into that. So. Played 116 plays.
The secondary that you guys will have this year, can you compare it to what you had last year?
Well, we'll be faster. We'll be faster now. Can they play with the experience that those guys did and all of it? That's my job here in the next 40 days is to get them. You know, went through spring and then now we're into two-a-days. But here's the best part about all that: you get better on a defense when you compete every day. And to have to cover a Colby Griffin, which is the fastest guy in college football, to have to cover a guy that can elevate over 40 inches like a Josh Dotson, Deontay Gray on the inside that runs a 10-3. When you have to cover those kind of people on a day-to-day basis in a month, what you do is you get a lot better than you would if they were young. I'd be worried a lot more if I didn't have great competition going into practice. Every day is going to be one of those days where you make a slight mistake of stepping outside instead of inside or whatever you do. It's a touchdown, and so for us, it makes me beyond all the time, even in practice, calling it. And so I'd be really surprised. Now, obviously, it's not that those guys won't mature, and by the end of the year, that we won't be a really pretty good defense. Now, first games, you never know how that all happens, but if we mature and come along as much in two-a-days as we did in the spring, then we're going to have an opportunity. Because I really like the new guys, plus I really like a lot of the guys in the freshman class that I think have a chance to give us some depth, because they're also very smart. The first time we've had this many smart football players coming in the class. I mean, you got a guy like a Nico Smalls that was 1,500, you know, that he was offered by Stanford. You got one of our corners is at 23 ACT. You know, you got guys that have a lot of intelligence about them, along with ability, and that gives sometimes young players an opportunity to play early. And so I'm hoping that also goes along with the guys we have, that gives us some, because those two linebackers, they came in January, so they went through all the spring and through an off season. Basically, it's like being through a whole year of football, and already you can already tell that they're a lot different about this defense than what they were. Now, they haven't been where they've had to do it 30 days straight in the Texas heat at 4 o'clock to 6, like we do that we do in fall ball. But Fortunately for them is that we now have air conditioning, and when we get tired of it, we'll go inside.
Gary, is there any trepidation with that young group, though, going up and playing Minnesota your first game?
Oh yeah, I mean it's like getting married. I was walking down the aisle hoping she wouldn't say no. I mean, she told me yes, but it's, I mean it's it's just I mean it's you always want to do, but you'd have to feel comfortable that you're going into a game with that we didn't feel like we played for 3 quarters. We didn't feel like we played very good offensive football against Minnesota.